A year ago, Bill Landis correctly predicted that a quarterback from Oklahoma would win the Heisman Trophy. Right, Bill?
Yeah, I picked Mason Rudolph from Oklahoma State. He won, right?
Close enough.
Why'd you put the mic under my chin?
I was staring over there. I got glassy-eyed. Who's going to win the Heisman this year, Bill?
I have no idea. Like Bryce Love's the favorite, and he should be for Stanford running back. He finished second last year, ran for a bunch of yards, but he plays after midnight, so nobody gave him a first place vote. I don't want to pick him. I wanted to pick Khalil Tate, the quarterback from Arizona, but he also kept us from seeing Ken Niumatalolo coach a Power 5 team, and I'll never forgive him for that. So I'm not picking him either. And so I don't really know who to pick. And I have like no reason. I don't have stats. I just want to pick somebody weird in a season where it feels like it's kind of wide open, and I think it's going to be a guy who has good stats on a team that's like not really in the national spotlight. I'm going to pick A.J. Dillon. He's a running back from Boston College.
Not aware of who that is. Tim Bielek. He'll probably win. Wasn't there a running back from Boston College a couple years ago who had a bunch of yards and like finished second, finished third?
His offensive coordinator was named Ryan Day.
Next level. Who do you got?
A.J. Dillon's a pretty good sleeper. I mean, I think he had a great season at Boston College. I'm going to go with the obvious. Bryce Love, second in the Heisman a year ago. I actually have the numbers for you. Bryce Love, 2,118 yards, 19 touchdowns on 263 carries. That's an 8.1 average, so pretty good. And he did that despite being the focal point of a Stanford offense that everybody knew that Bryce Love was getting the football pretty much all the time, and he still ran wild. I think he had injury problems towards the end of the season, still ran very well against USC, kept the Cardinal in that Pac-12 title game until Darnold kind of put it away. Wild card, I'm just going to go Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama. I think that's another obvious wild card, but I really feel like he's going to start, and if he starts, he's going to put up ludicrous numbers for Alabama in a way that a Nick Saban quarterback really just hasn't had since he's been in Tuscaloosa.
Can I say something? The defending national championship winning quarterback is not a wild card.
Valid. Also of note, Tobey Maguire from Stanford almost won the Heisman a couple years ago, and then was Spider-Man.
I was going to say it's Toby Gerhardt, not...
I don't care. So I don't want to pick Bryce Love. I also don't want to pick the Bryce Love of the Midwest, Jonathan Taylor, who everyone's going to fall in love with this year as he runs for 191 yards per game behind an offensive line with 5 guys who all weigh 600 pounds as Wisconsin rolls to 23-16 wins over Minnesota for 2 months, and everybody loses their mind. So he's going to New York. Bryce Love's going to go to New York. I'm going to pick the guy who, until 6 minutes ago, I didn't know who he was, but he's going to be a very good player for the team I think is going to win the national championship. That's a tease. That's DeAndre Swift, running back from Georgia. Maybe the quarterback from Georgia will win it, but I can't remember who that was. So I think Georgia's going to be really good. I think they have the schedule for it. I think Kirby Smart is setting something up there. They were right there last year. They probably should have won the national championship last year, and they're just going to keep getting better. So what was the guy's name I said?
It's DeAndre Swift. You want a fun fact about him?
I do.
He's from Philadelphia, like that guy back there, Eddie George.
Look at that. It's almost like we planned it. Yeah. It's almost like we spent more than 14 seconds figuring out what we were going to say in this video. Who knew? Tim Bielek, Bill Landis, Doug Lamb-Maurice. See you in New York. Maybe Dwayne Haskins will be there. I wonder if we'll get to go if he goes. I went to the Heisman ceremony when Troy won, but then he didn't really talk to me. It's kind of a waste of money. Anyway, all right, see ya.